Alright, so I'm leaving the Holiday Inn Express Suites in Hiawasee, and I just talked to another hiker who got off yesterday, staying tonight. Asked if I was going to be in a shelter or if I was getting off after today's hike, and told him no, I'm going to actually be staying out there. So the low expected tonight is 19, and we're going to see how cold it gets. Hopefully find a nice sheltered area. Maybe not a shelter, but a sheltered area, and get set up. I'd like to do about 8 to 9, maybe 10 miles today. Addis Gap, I believe it is. I'm probably murdering that name, so if anybody can help me out, let me know. About 10 miles in from Unicoi though, so hope to get on trail here in the next hour, and I'll let you guys know. Back on trail. A couple of guys got a ride from the budget inn, so we split that. I'm sure they're gonna catch up. It is cold, so I don't have anything major woolly warm on. Shorts, t-shirt, button up, my 250 weight zip up, and the wind's howling right now. So hope to get up to the top, get some sunshine. Mountaintop oasis. Still frost up here, and I'm glad to see the sun, but we're gonna get to the top. I'm gonna go up there. So Jason, my shuttle driver, who I got to ride to town with the other day, picked me up at the Holiday Inn Express in Hiawasee after a 2-night stay. I had breakfast this morning, packed everything up, picked me up right around 10 o'clock. Had to go to the budget inn, pick up the other kid that we dropped off 2 days ago. He went to Dick's Creek Gap and skipped this section, so I don't know if we can call him a thru hiker. We picked up 2 other guys. I think you might have saw them in the video as we got out of the car. So from Unicoi Gap, going to Trey Mountain Shelter to have lunch, see what time it is, and see if I can get to Addis Gap. So that's where I'm heading. Finally, looks like at the top of this mountain maybe. There's never a top. But getting around here anyways to the sunside, and hopefully warm up as it flattens out a little bit. Maybe not. Looks like you're running ridges. So probably be windy, but sunny. When I get to Trey Mountain, I'll catch up with you guys. I think every time I get to the top of a mountain, it's a nice time to stop, take a deep breath, and enjoy the view. I don't know if you guys can see out that way, but it goes a long ways through the valley there. I almost walked right past it. Sometimes you get focused on making the right step and keeping your footing. And there's always a reward. There's always a reward at the top. Still frost on the mountain up there. So coming into the next gap, just did 2.7 miles and was basically up that hill or mountain and then back down the other side to this gap. So I'm gonna put another 2 in and then see what time it is, and then I'd like to do the next 5 before I set up camp someplace. I'll catch up with you. So Trey Gap, where the guys that I got my shuttle ride with, they said they're gonna stay at Trey Gap. I looked at Trey Gap Shelter to begin with, but just as a lunch point, and I just saw a sign for that. It's 1.7 miles, so close to 2. Puts me close to 5 before lunch, and we'll pick someplace warm to sit down and eat. It says Indian Gap's 1.7 from here, but right now just looking for a shelter to get out of the wind, make some breakfast, I guess, and march on. So we'll see. So my shuttle driver said that the hike between Unicoi and Dix Creek Gap is the most difficult hike in Georgia. I've been going up all morning, and I'm beginning to believe him. It's not too technical, it's just up the whole way. Watch your footing, the ice. So I've got to a point where I'm so high in elevation that everything's covered in ice. And even though the sun's out, it's too damn cold for the ice to melt. How you guys doing?
Good.
Lunchtime?
Yeah.
Oh, nice view for lunch.
You hungry? I got too much food.
What do you got?
I'm literally trying to give it away.
I am.
Something quick?
Yeah? What you want?
I don't know, give me a something that I can carry and walk and eat at the same time.
You want something sweet or crunchy or?
Jeez, man, I don't know. You're giving me too many options.
Sorry.
What's this?
Those are good. That's like a rice cake thing. Is sweet.
Sorry, if I take this?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Guys, good luck on your hike.
Here, take one of these.
Thank you.
How far are you trying to make it today?
Is it Addis Gap?
Yeah.
That's where I'm trying to put in 10 a week this week.
Okay.
So that's, I don't know, I gotta get off this mountain, I know that. Was just at Trey Mountain Shelter. That was a little bit further up the trail. A water source right behind it. 2 section hikers were there when I got there. Filled up my water. I did eat my brisket in a bag, I guess, or whatever it was. And then a few more thru hikers showed up. Some older than me gentlemen. I think we had Churro, Cowboy, Renegade, maybe somebody else, I forget. But they all seemed like pretty nice guys, and I think they're gonna keep moving after lunch. So maybe we'll all end up in the same spot. Again, hope to introduce you to some of these people as we get more tightly packed as a bubble, and maybe have a chance to hang out at some of these campsites. So left Trey Mountain Shelter about 15 minutes ago. I mean, the section hikers that were there said it's about another 5 miles to Addis Gap. So if it's like this, very doable, and that'll be a 10-mile day. So I'll catch up with you guys when I get there. This reminds me of a nice fall day in New York, in the woods of New York. It's nice hardwoods, all dry other than the mountains. Seems like fall. Well, late fall. And all the leaves are crunchy, I don't know. Oh, coming off the mountains for today, coming into Addis Gap. Sometimes the gaps are just as cold as the mountaintops because the wind whips straight through the gap between the 2 mountains. But as far as the elevation, I'd much prefer being down off the mountaintops where there was still snow and frost just an hour or 2 ago. I believe it's around probably 3:30. I'm gonna double check. Now it is 3:59, 4 o'clock. Addis Gap. So looks like there's water down there. Down that way, water. And there's tent sites up here. Alright guys, I'm here at Addis Gap. Have my tent set up. Food's out and ready to be cooked when I get hungry enough. When I get hungry enough. I went and picked up some wood. Got some on reserve. Did my best to start a fire. I just did a quick strike of a lighter, and looks like we're doing pretty good so far. So it rained a lot yesterday, so we're gonna see if any of this takes off. I'm just gonna sit here and hang out and see if anybody shows up. I don't think so, and that'd be all right by me. Got a nice little space set up here, and heading up the trail tomorrow up that way. So have a good night, everybody. We're gonna watch the sunset, enjoy campfire, get some food. So I can get used to doing this. And how badass is that? It's a good day. I think I did close to 10 miles. I'm gonna try to keep that up for the next 4 days, and if I can do that, I should be in Franklin by Wednesday. North Carolina, what up? Well, that picturesque moment is fleeting of watching the sunset and enjoying warm weather. The sun went behind the clouds and the wind picked up. It was really a chilly night either way, but still enjoying it. The fire's keeping me nice and warm. Can be better.